Jim, what did you see from Miley, say, like inning 1 through, say, like 3 to the end versus the inning where he gave up the 5 runs?
Well, he just made a series of bad pitches, and, to their credit, they hit him. 2-strike pitch to Souza. He got the next hitter out. He got a slider up to Brad Miller. The lefty's only hitting 200, but in that inning, Alex Smith would get another hit, another left-hander. So 2 of the hits by the left-handers. They were all up. Echeverria had a great changeup. He took a nice authoritative swing to right field. Sacrifice fly on the first pitch, belt high. So all those pitches, and then, that's the 3rd home run that Beckham has hit against the Orioles this year. 2 off of Dylan Bundy, hanging slider, high fastball. So he's a high ball hitter. He got a high ball to pitch. And really, if you go back, you're 1 pitch away from, having a somewhat bad inning, but only a 2-run inning. And when that 1 pitch caused it, you'd be down 5-0. And then, Faria, as good as he is, that gives him a big cushion for a young pitcher. And, he did his job, even though the bullpen tried to make it a much more exciting game, especially Tommy Hunter.
Jimmy, Tampa Bay Rays, they've been noted as being able to come up with good young pitchers. And Jacob Faria, pretty good against the Orioles early on in this ballgame. As it went on, he weakened a little bit, but still made a lot of good pitches and got his team out of a couple of tough spots.
Depper, you would take, I said this about Blake Snell last night, who pitched a great game for him, even though he had one in I think 13 starts. Faria is the real deal. If he stays healthy, he's got a perfect windup, very simple. He's got 3+ pitches. Again, he doesn't really help you out. Again, if you look at the walks here, he did throw the 1 home run, got behind Mancini. It was a 5-1 game. Didn't want to walk him. Trey hits his 16th home run, but the second walk came to the last batter he faced. I'm not sure he threw a 3-2 slider. I don't think that was necessary, but gives you a chance to win. And, only had 1 bad inning, and that was in his last start. Sonny Gray outpitched him up in Oakland, so he got his loss. So he's 1-5, only lost 1. You're always looking for young pitching. And between Snell and now Faria, they got some good, nice righty and a nice lefty for the Rays. And we talked about it. They do a great job. I don't know if it's Dick Bosman. I don't know if it's all the guys in the minor leagues, but they do a great job of developing young talent.
Yeah, Jim, when the Rays scored 5 there in the second inning, it marked the 38th time this season that the Orioles starter has given up at least 5 runs in an inning. It was the 6th time that Miley has given up that many in 1 inning. How about that hurting the season so much for the Orioles? These big innings. It seems like it's plagued them all year long.
Well, it has. And, that's how you get an ERA of about 5.91 from your starters. The ERA between the Rays, who had the 2nd best starting pitching in the American League, and the Orioles that are 15th, you go, that's a swing of 12 teams in between. It's almost 2 runs a game. So, again, we talked about it in spring training. Didn't have enough depth. You got some injuries. Tillman certainly hasn't been the Tillman that won 16 games last year since his shoulder injury last year. Gosman struggled, pitched a great game. Looks like he's coming around. Baldo, hopefully he'll turn it around tomorrow against Alex Cobb, because if you look at pitching matchups, the Rays, they lost 5 in a row, so this is a big win for them. You would love to be able to say, hey, I like our pitching matchup tomorrow, but it really does favor the Rays, but you just never know. Baldo will surprise you, and hopefully that'll be the case tomorrow.
Well, Jim, as always, we appreciate your comments. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow when the Orioles play the Rays starting at noon right here on MASN.